Well, hello everyone. This is David with Divination Nation, and right now I am eating some lunch. Get that out of my pocket. So yeah, this is just me chilling, not really doing anything except for eating my lunch at the moment. I will be doing Capricorn readings here. Capricorn reading here after, and then I'm probably gonna bust out all of the other sides as well. What do I have here is a chicken and dumpling from one of the cans that I got from Walmart yesterday. And I also put some yellow rice. Hmm. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, David.
How are you?
You got your cereal?
No, this is actually a chicken and dumpling soup, but I actually put in some,
Oh,
what is it called? It's called the Ben's Original Ready Rice. So cheddar broccoli.
oh, okay.
Yep. And so I put it inside my soup as well. So it's like a chicken and dumpling cheddar broccoli soup. Right now, I'm just mixing it around. I might have it with some bread. I might not. I don't know. This is a full ass bowl. I don't know if I'm be able to fit any more in my stomach. I mean, let alone some bread, right? But I mean, I also have mm, my blueberry, mandarin, apple drink with humex. It's a pineapple mango humex. So basically, the whole cup is full. Yeah.
Nice.
I was trying to get the blueberries out of the bottom, but they're being assholes. So yeah, look at the motherfuckers. They're all just like hanging around at the bottom. Like, come on, bro. The
Yeah,
party's
they like to
here.
do that.
There.
You need a straw, like a fat straw, like they do with the tapioca bubbles. They should
Mm.
have given you a tapioca bubble straw.
Well, I was trying to use my knife, and then after that didn't work, I started trying to use a fork. But then after that didn't work, I was like, well, fuck it. It is what it is. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Mm. This though. Mm. Hell yeah. I definitely have to have it with some bread now. And even if I
Hmm.
blow up and become a fat ass today, I do not give a fuck. Mm. I bet you anything this and like watch. So take this, bam.
The signal is so bad back here. I'm trying
Mm.
to get to a better signal location here. We've got one. Oh, we had one person watching for a second.
Yep. Here we go. Look at bam. Chicken and dumplings with some cheddar broccoli rice inside of a sandwich. Come on now.
Wow.
Mmm. Mmm. Mmm.
Yeah, we've got equipment here for facials. This is like the facial bot 5000 here.
Mmm.
It's got
I know what else
lots
is
of
a facial bot 5000.
attachment. This thing, this thing sucks. This
Ha!
sucks your pores. It sucks you.
Mm. The most favorite sound of all humanity.
That's funny. Oh gosh, how do you put it back in? Oh, like that.
Hey,
Okay.
I would play a
I was
video,
like, how
but
do you
it'd
put
be a
it back
little too
in?
explicit.
I don't know how to put it in.
Mhm. Yeah. Although the dialogue behind that was, "Ooh, look at this."
Ooh, look at
Okay,
this.
so yeah. Interesting thing was she went all the way. I don't know what to say.
So,
It's a pretty long
so
way. So
yeah, I was talking with this Jewish gentleman just a little bit ago about how he's in a predicament. He doesn't want to be stuck in his faith anymore. He wants to leave his faith.
doesn't have to. He doesn't have to stay stuck in his faith.
No,
Actually,
he doesn't.
here's the thing too. Most people
He
don't
has
ever
to leave his
realize
wife though too. He has to leave his wife. He has to leave his whole situation.
that's for the better.
Yeah, it is.
It
If
is
he's not happy and he
exactly.
feels crazy and he's full of fear, like he's just experiencing lots of fear. He wants to have pleasure. And
Fear mongering
even
is
the
what it
Jews,
is. They fear monger you in a certain religion.
yeah, yeah, people all over the world are religiously abused and suffering from that
You
abuse.
know what? You just coined up a very good term right there. Religiously abused.
Religiously abused.
Religious narcissists.
Spiritual narcissism. Narcissism is a spectrum and it sticks. It's a sticky thing that sticks to everything, I think,
Mm-hmm.
really.
Yep. But the because like I wouldn't necessarily call it a spiritual abuse or spiritual narcissism because once you're spiritual, you can't be abused.
No,
But
no.
it does happen in religion. So religious abuse, religious narcissist, that can fit.
Yeah. I'm upside down. Whee.
Now you are. I was just gonna ask you the question of why.
Why? Because it feels good to lay down.
Agreed.
Yeah,
My
just like,
ass.
yeah.
Okay, so my ass went to sleep at 2 o'clock this morning, right? I was
Yeah.
actually live with a friend of mine
Okay.
talking about all sorts of different stuff. My ass went to sleep. Well, the last thing we were talking about was YouTube monetization, right? Oh,
Yeah.
hello, LS Edits. How are you doing?
Hello, Ellis.
Hello,
Hi,
Sierra.
Sierra and Friends show.
Yeah, how are you guys doing? So,
Yeah.
so I fall asleep at 2, right? Oh, I mean, I fell asleep near 2, but me and
I've been falling
my buddy
asleep late
Nico,
too.
we were talking about YouTube monetization. That was actually the last thing that I remember because we talked about a couple of things. But
Hmm.
I was my ass woke up at 5:30 in the morning with the thought in mind of how the
Yeah.
fuck do I monetize shit? Oh, we're good,
Yeah.
Ellis. Oh, and
All
thank you,
right,
Sierra.
just chilling. Just chilling.
Yeah, hey Sierra, make sure you subscribe to her channel too because she does yoga and Reiki healing and things like that. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, make sure to follow her.
Yeah, I need to add more things on this channel on Yoga Empire since
Hmm.
it's a new thing.
You need to be a little bit more active.
Yeah, I do. I definitely need to post more on it. I made a video a couple nights ago. I should post on here as well. It's about the importance of the throat chakra. And
Mm.
I have a lot of friends. One of my friends today, he just mentioned that today specifically, he feels a poor balance between his head and his heart. He
Mm.
feels like the head and heart are not in balance with each other. They're out of sync. Well, that is going to happen if your throat is also not in its full function.
That's very
If
true.
you're not, yeah, if you're not having good boundaries and voicing when you do not want something, that's going to cause
Mm.
you a lot of issues.
Yeah,
If you're having to
I was
just,
actually talking to somebody on the bus yesterday about something like that. Where
oh yeah,
yeah, it's like 'cause I was actually talking to them about relationships specifically
mm-hmm,
and about how you run into your first relationship. That's like a childlike relationship, right? It's a uh,
puppy love.
out that like puppy love, childlike. It's meant to have fun for you to explore things. Then you
Yeah,
run into your karmic relationship, which is your second relationship, right? And that's where
mm-hmm,
you actually learn what you like and what you don't like. And well, the only way that you can do that is to experience it. So
right.
that's what karmic relationships are about. You're experiencing the various different feelings that you have, emotions behind them, and trying to understand what it is that you like and you don't like. Now, most people they view that relationship as the well, if you're looking at it from the negative perspective, you're like, oh, I'm gonna build you up, nigga, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing. That other person is being taught to be built up too. It's just they're refusing the inner work, the shadow work.
Yeah.
So now here's the thing: you come in, you experience the puppy love, and then you experience a karmic relationship, karmic relationship, karmic relationship. Then you die. You're not gonna come back to a puppy love. You're gonna come back to a karmic relationship until you actually do the inner work.
I think that's what happened to me because I didn't have like a cute little puppy love, like romance kind of thing when I first started being with guys. I started right off with rape,
Well, there
you
you
know.
go. And you can actually
So,
tell where you're at in your journey just by that alone.
yeah.
So, um, it's a very interesting thing that once you actually do learn the lesson through that karmic relationship, what ends up happening
Mhm.
is you move on to your divine counterpart, which is the well, I have to go back a little bit. Before Eve, who was there?
Before Eve, who was there? Adam, supposedly,
Lilith.
allegedly.
Yeah. Now Lilith is the function of rebellion with a just
Oh yeah,
cause.
before Eve, yeah, there was Lilith. That's right. For some reason, I was thinking Lilith came after Eve. I don't know why. Yeah,
Yeah. So
Lilith.
then when you think about the Lilith aspect before the Eve aspect, that's your karmic relationship before your divine counterpart. So you
Yeah.
run into your Lilith, your Lilith, your Lilith, your Lilith, your Lilith until you actually do learn the lesson. And then from there, once you evolve, you're actually ready for your divine counterpart. The universe knows, and first of all, the universe is conservative. But then the universe knows that if you were to be given your Eve counterpart with all of your imperfections, you would fuck that shit up royally.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what happens. Like I really thought that I found my counterpart, and I don't know how else I can look at it. Like we're both very skeptical people too. Like we're both like we want to test the shit out of something we think, might really be a thing. Even if it
Yeah.
looks like a thing, we're gonna be like, we're gonna use scientific method here. We're going to test the crap out of this, you know?
Mhm.
And I think that's what happened. But
And
like how far do you want these tests to go? That's the
yep.
question.
And
How
to
far
answer
do you want to
Ella's
test it?
question, I'm eating some chicken and dumplings with what was it, cheddar broccoli rice. It's fantastic. I don't even have to add any flavor or anything to this. It's just good like that.
Hmm.
Mm.
Oh, did
Mm.
I put my food in the refrigerator? I think I did. There's some food that I got from. I went to the ISKCON temple today,
Ooh.
in Brooklyn, and
Mm.
I was assaulted on my way
Oh
into the
no.
temple. Yeah, like I was just walking to make me yelp out in pain, and I was just like, "What the fuck?" Because like some woman just bashed right into me on the road. She just like ran me over, basically, like with her body. She just like
Wow.
pushed through me. Yeah, and I like it was like it made my elbows like crush up against my body and knock the wind out of me for a moment. I was just like, "Ow, bitch!" Like it really hurt.
Should have donkey punched her in the back of
But
the head.
I know, like it was tempting because she just kept on walking like nothing happened. Like she didn't just like bust into somebody.
Yeah, you should. I mean, cause in that situation, even if she was in a hurry, she should have been like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
My ego, whatever. I still have one. There's still an ego tucked away in there somewhere. Fragile little
Yeah, no,
freaking thing, just going,
because
"Oh,
when
I'm a
something like that
person.
happens, it's
I'm
like if they don't say
I'm
sorry,
a person."
mm-mm, you gonna know.
Yeah,
Respect.
she
All
didn't
right,
say
respect.
anything. You disrespected me.
Yep. You mess or disrespect a Capricorn, you get the horns. Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, the signal broke up. I cannot get a good signal in the back of this room, in the back of the spa. I'm thinking about if I can go down the stairs or something. Let me see here.
I would say take a little walk outside, no? Or you're like, nah, fuck that. You're like, my inner demon's gonna come out if I do that. Mm. Well, I was thinking
Let's see here.
that I would go live after this meal, and I would go live for the rest of the readings because um TikTok was being retarded. I'm thinking about just like going and putting them on YouTube, kind of like this, but doing the readings and then maybe after I finish the readings, start another live. Actually, not even start another live. Just keep it going like that, and then start doing like little card draws for people. Because if they're
It
gonna be
looked
able
like I'm in a forest. Like, yo, I'm
to.
talking to you from a beautiful forest.
Mhm.
Don't pay any attention to the logo
With the
floating in the air
logo. I was just gonna say that right now.
behind me. Yeah, just
I
having a
didn't know
nice
that
time.
words. I was gonna say I didn't know that words floated in the forest. Must be a magical forest.
Yes, yes, this is a magical forest that I just manifested with my powers.
Mm. What are you sitting on? A rock or a chair?
Oh, I'm sitting on my ass.
Hey, you're like my ass is so fat it props me up like a chair.
Yeah, yeah. My ass chair in the middle of the forest. I'm sitting on
You're sitting on.
my tuffet. I'm
You're
little Miss
sitting on your
Muffet.
task.
Little Miss Muffet sitting on her tuffet. So we can take a little walk through the woods while I talk. Yeah.
Well, how about
It's
that?
so
How about
lovely.
that?
So
How
lovely in
wonderful!
these lovely woods.
You're such a
Yeah.
wonderful person.
Oh, thank you. You are too. Takes one to know one.
Thank you. Great minds think alike. So yeah.
GNTA.
So what's the forest like over there?
Oh, it's really peaceful. There's just like I can't even hear any birds though. It's so quiet. I'm just like, where are the birdies? Like,
I know they say
yo,
that the bird is a word, but there's no bird. So where's the word?
where are the birds here? I don't know.
Mm.
Birdies, where are you? Oh, there's a door.
Oh wow! I barely opened up this pack of bread, and my fat ass is already eating almost half of it.
Wow,
Mm.
that's good. You a hungry boy.
Well, I did work out last night too.
I think they like it better when they can see my eyes. When I'm like, hi. It's
Yeah.
interesting. I get like a whole bunch of people when I show more of my face. Like
Mm-hmm.
I
Like
have
your
attraction
face and your
powers.
eyes, and two people came in.
Yeah, yeah. I told you. I told you.
Dude, it's almost
I
like when you
told
were
you. I
spanking
said
your
I
ass
told
the other
you.
day and like 20 people showed up.
Yeah, I was like 14. You
There's
had a
something about
14% ass
well,
spanking.
if I really think about it, there's something magical either about your face or your ass slapping.
Maybe it's both. I don't know. Maybe I should be in porn before it's too late.
Well, they have a partnership program through Pornhub. It's true. I've already actually signed up for it. Go
Okay.
figure. Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I mean, I don't
I
know.
feel like you can just.
Here's the thing, though. It's like if you're well endowed and you know it. No, it's not. Clap your hands. It's a sign up.
If you're happy and you know with your dick. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, it's what it is. That's like how you said in your thing, when life gets hard, fuck it.
Yeah. Fuck it. Fuck it.
Yep. Yeah.
Hmm.
When life gets hard, fondle it a little bit, you know?
There you
Play with it.
go, Dave.
And then show it who's
Oh
boss.
my goodness. So I'm gonna have to be getting ready for my class pretty soon that I'm gonna be
Mhm.
teaching. I should actually. I don't think I'll be able to
Mm. I actually got to get
explicit
this
write
card
up
together.
about how you know yoga has been basically classified. Only a portion of it is being offered to the public as yoga. So there is actually a yoga conspiracy going on
A
apparently
yoga
that
conspiracy.
very few people understand. It's a yoga conspiracy. Yeah, because they don't want us finding out true human potential. They don't want
Mm-hmm.
us to find our true human potential and our power.
That's very true.
And because if we do, then we will have the power to see through illusion. And illusion has been a big point, a big kind of control point for the public.
Yep. Yep. Totally agree on that. For sure.
Yeah. So making sure that people are confused and scared is a very important thing to maintain to keep public control, keep crowd
Mm.
control, and all this
That's very
stuff
true.
going.
That is a very
Yeah.
true
So
statement there. And
yeah,
that's exactly
they
what government does.
mm-hmm. Yeah, they control information and the sharing of information. And this is why we have the internet, so that our sharing of information is monitored and governed over, and they make sure that the world does not quite connect the dots in the way that it's supposed to, which is weird. Like the internet is very risky business because of that, so they have to do a lot of security measures on here and a lot of different coding to control so-called community standards.
Mm. Mm-hmm. I can vibe with you on that one.
Yeah, and
I think
these
that's
community
partly the issue
standards.
that I was dealing with like trying to post these videos and stuff too.
Hmm.
Yep, it has to
And
do
a
something.
lot of these community standards are based on ignorance, just maintaining a field of ignorance so
Mm-hmm.
we can continue to just blame each other and not agree and
Yeah.
go like turn to politics as an argument point when like politics
Mm-hmm.
don't really do anything to help us to come to good conclusions with each other. It just makes us all agree to disagree all the time.
Yeah, and it makes us hate each other too.
Yeah, it's not doing anything for us. And then we have liberal arts, which has been totally subterfuged by liberal, like leftist politic structures, which are just totally crazy. I mean, I don't know, like it's like the whole point for liberal arts is to help make sages of people, not to turn them into fucking Karens,
Yep.
but
But
that's what we
that's
get.
how they corrupted it too.
Yeah, yeah. Instead, we should be Catherines, not Karens.
There
That's my new philosophy now. A
you
Catherine is
go. There
not.
you go. I
A
like that.
Catherine does not start drama. Karens start drama. A Catherine is dramatic. They make a dramatic appearance. They do their thing. They trigger the shit out of people because they need it, and they just do their thing and they continue doing their damn thing. You
Mm-hmm.
know, And
I
it's
know
not like
that
we're
one,
gonna be
but
like, oh, I should wear a trigger warning shirt every day I go out. Like, I mean, really? Maybe that should be one of my graphic design ideas. Let's make a trigger warning shirt.
yeah. Well, because when you think about it, yeah, you should warn them.
Yeah, warning, trigger warning, everybody. It's a Catherine. There's a Catherine on video.
It's a Catherine.
Watch out for the Catherine. Gotta pick up some cards here.
Hey, and you know what's pretty crazy?
What?
So this new girl that I'm talking to, her name is, yes,
Um, Katie.
pretty close, Kathy.
Kathy.
Yeah. So when you're like Catherine, Karen, I was like,
And
Kathy.
my
I was like,
mother's name's Karen. The owner of the business is named Karen.
really?
Yeah,
I think she would take offense to what you were
yeah.
saying a little
So
earlier.
like my manager is a Karen. So if someone wants to speak to the manager, we're gonna have Karen versus Karen. It's
That
gonna be it's gonna be a slam down of two
the
unmovable
battle of a
objects.
lifetime, huh?
Hmm. Yeah, they say Karens are unmovable objects.
Well, if it's an immovable object, then a Catherine is an unstoppable force.
Yes.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
Oh yes, sir.
So, did I ever show you the pictures of like the cards that I was making? I did, huh?
Of what?
I showed you the picture of the cards that I was making.
No, I don't think you showed. Oh, actually, yeah, you did. You showed me some. We were talking about this. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. You know what? Guess what? Too. So,
What?
one of the things that I was talking to my buddy Nico about last night was that I was finding out various different aspects of people's astrological health. Right. So,
Uh,
yeah. So, name a. Oh, well, actually, hmm. When were you born? What month? Let's just start off.
November.
All right. So, and you said November. It was November 11th, wasn't it? If I'm not mistaken.
November 12th. November 3rd. Sorry.
November 3rd. Okay.
Yeah,
So
November 3rd.
your energy is run
November
by.
11th. I know that. I know that day theme. I love November 11th. Is the day of the underground.
So if you look right here, your date is run by Sun, right? Six
Okay.
of Cups energy. So as it's run by the Sun, your issues in terms of health would be tied into Sun aspects. So bones, the heart, and the right eye. So
Hmm.
in any situation in which you would find yourself in, maybe sometime in the future, sometime in the past, there would be certain key dates in which the sun would be active. Now, if I was to take a look at your astrology chart, I would look to see when these dates were around, right?
Yeah.
Like, so for instance, November 3rd to November 12th would be one date. January 10th to January 19th would be another date, right? That would be in the Capricorn energy, but it is run by the sun as well.
Okay.
March 31st to April 10th, that's also sun run as well. And then you have what else? Oh, and then you have June 11th to June 20th, which was also sun run.
Yeah.
So at any
Hmm.
point in time where, let's say let's say the moon transits that.
Okay.
The moon is about the left eye, the blood, the mind, the body fluids, chest, lungs, and cough. So if say the moon was to pass by January or pass by Capricorn area, the later degrees of 20 to going into Aquarius during this time, if the moon was there, then you would be dealing with things of the heart or the blood.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I definitely have blood stuff going on, which I mean, heart does not follow too far behind for sure.
Yeah, the heart doesn't follow too far behind.
Yeah.
So if you name because you've been to the hospital at least one time in your lifetime for something
Yeah.
to do with your blood.
Mhm.
What date was that?
Oh goodness. So I was 17. So that was
That
like,
was
what
during the
was
sixth.
that?
That was during the sixth house perfection year for you. Now, if you're
Mm.
Scorpio, and we turn this around, we put sixth house as Aries. So it probably would have been sometime around March
It was
31st
shortly
to
after my
April 10th.
birthday. So it was like in a November, like 2007.
Okay. So shortly after your birthday. Now,
I
isn't
mean, I'm
it
sorry, not
weird that it was during
2007,
a sixth house?
97. My God, 1997. I'm old.
Mm.
Yeah.
So you were 17 at that time?
Yeah.
Okay. If you look at this chart right here, 17 years old is a sixth house perfection year.
Okay.
So, in dealing with the sixth house perfection year, that's run by the energies of Virgo, right?
Hmm.
The sixth house is the house of Virgo, and so when you think about the ideas of the sixth house and Scorpio, well, your sixth house would technically be Aries.
Ah.
So during this time between I think it was during March 31st to April 10th would have been when this would have flared up for you. Now,
Hmm.
could also be a possibility that during that time, and I would technically have to look at your astrology chart. This would probably be something that I could do during Messenger. I would be able to see where the planets were. Now, if there's anything having to do with blood, then it would have to do with the sun, it would have to do with the moon, it would have to do with Mars too. Because Mars
Mm.
rules blood, muscles, and bile. Now, depending on where that would have been at, if it would have been in the sixth house, then chances are it probably would have been somewhere within the lower intestines, the right kidney, or something having to do with coughing up blood, possibly.
Mm.
Now, because we mentioned Aries, right? The time period of March 31st to April 10th, which is run by the sun at that moment, Mars isn't too far behind in terms of what that would have been causing.
Gosh, it's
It would have been
yawning
some
so
type of
much. Yep.
inflammation. And
Hmm.
inflammation would have caused maybe your blood was like getting too hot, or it could be that there was an inflammation of some specific organ, which would have affected your blood pressure. It would have affected your
Hmm.
ability for your blood to actually work properly.
Yeah.
Now, if it does have anything to do with cough, then chances are it would have affected your blood's ability to hold oxygen, hemoglobin. Oh, hey Calvin, what's up? So it was weird that last night me and my buddy were talking, and I told him I was like, give me a sign, right? He was like
Right.
Taurus. So then I was like, okay, so Taurus. Um, so I was looking at Taurus. Taurus is from April 21st to May 11th, right? So then I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Um, I was like, I told him, give me a date, and he gave me he said May, I think it was like May 10th or something like that. Um, Actually, I can't remember what date he gave me, but I took my notes and I was like, okay, so then it's the moon, There's Jupiter involved, and then possibly Mercury, right? And then the houses that would be involved would be second, fourth, and sixth. So then I was like, okay, let me look at the dates. July 12th to 21st. If I go over here to July 12th to the 21st, that would be the moon, right?
Right.
Right there, 4 cups, Cancer energy. Then I was like, okay. I was like, I was like July 12th to the 21st. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, that's coming up actually. It's next month. So then I started looking into it. I looked at my chart specifically, and I moved the astrology chart a little bit to see where the planets were. And go figure, Jupiter is conjoined Jupiter. The
Wow.
moon, the moon is conjoined Pluto.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um, Mercury was conjoined. What was it? Mercury was conjoined. Fuck. Hold on. Let me go get my other phone.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was like tripping out because that fool, he's very intuitive. Whenever he has a feeling about something, he was like, he, I trust it. So I found it very, very interesting. Okay, so here we are. I chose the date of 18th July. What do you see
Ah.
right here? Right? This is next month.
Wow.
Over here, we have Jupiter conjoined Chiron. Chiron is about our wounds and our inner child, right?
Ah.
Yeah. That's in Gemini in the 12th house. So the 12th house is about institutionalization. It's about hospitals. It's about that type of thing, right?
Yeah.
And I mentioned Jupiter right there. So then I was like, okay, well, what about the moon, right? Where is the moon at that point in time? It's conjoined the moon,
Ah. Eros.
sixth house,
Okay.
right here in the sixth house. Bam, Sagittarius. Now it makes me wonder. I was like, okay, well then what else? I was like, okay, what's in the second house? Mercury conjoined Nessus, and Eros is right there too. So now we have another Eros connection, but this one's over to Maki Maki. As you know, Maki Maki is like a megalomania type energy. Yeah. So Mercury being in close conjunction to Nessus with Eros being conjoined to Maki Maki, and then coming over here to the sixth house, you have the moon conjoined the moon and moon conjoined Eros. There's a weird connection going on there. Now, I'm like, okay, well then, what about the fourth house, right? I go over here to the fourth house. There's really not very much going on in my fourth house, so I'm like, okay, that's cool. I don't need more shit added to it. However, there is that Maki Maki influence right there. So Maki Maki is making itself known in the fourth house and placing a big
Ah.
emphasis on home and family or stability, right? Then I was like, okay, well, what about Jupiter? Like, what's going on with my Jupiter, right? I want to find out. Um. Oh, yeah. Wait. Okay, I'm just taking a look at something real quick. Um. Oh, right here. So in the third house, you have Orcus right there. That's a very hard hitting aspect to the nutritive factor, right? And we had to go back to, I believe it was actually the reason why I went back into why I went into the next month was because of that whole idea of what happened to me back when I was deployed. When I was deployed, um, I had my appendix taken out.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So my appendix, it had to do with the digestive power, which was a Jupiter thing. It has to do with Mercury because Mercury also rules Jupiter there and rules the digestive power, but it also rules the stomach. See, so stomach, something having to do with the intestines, and then of course, the moon itself was also an influence at that time too. Let me go ahead and I believe it was I think it was the 12th or the 13th of April. So I'll go back, and this was 2009 when I had my appendix taken out.
Wow.
So check this out right here. Mercury was conjoined Folu and the North Node.
Hmm.
Yep. If I
Yeah.
go over here to Mercury, Pluto was conjoined Mercury at that time.
Yeah.
If we go over here, Folu was in the sixth house, conjoined the Moon and Eros. The Moon was conjoined Saturn and Juno. So there was a restrictive factor there already. Look at over here. Jupiter conjoined Jupiter. So
Yeah.
Jupiter conjoining Jupiter increases the necessary, I guess, emphasis on paying attention to the liver, the fat, the chest, the stomach, the ears, and digestive power.
Yeah.
Mhm. With Pluto right there, Pluto would have affected Mercury, right? There would have been a high intensity energy focused in around the skin, speech, tongue, neck, kidneys, and intestines. So the stomach and intestines seem to be outlined there, right? The eighth house is run by Pluto. So anytime Pluto is active in anywhere, you have to go over here to the eighth house. The North Node is in there, Eros is there, Chiron is there, Neptune is there. So all of this whole stellium going on in the eighth house was passing right by Jupiter, further enhancing the Jupiterian energy. The moon being right here, right next to Saturn, there was a. It's like I understood, like I felt it. I knew there was something wrong, even though nobody else did. The Saturn influence right here was restricting the ability for the nutritive process of Ceres to take hold. Which means that if you have like energy, like if you're pouring something into a bag and you're putting something into a bag and you keep putting stuff into a bag, what's going to happen to that bag? It's going to explode. And then look at Mercury. That influence there, it's like I knew that was part of my destiny. And then, of course, Venus being right there. Venus is about
Uh-oh.
the
Uh-oh.
sensual organs, the shine of the skin, the hormones, and the hair.
Yeah.
But Venus wasn't having too much of an effect there. Although I think that factor right there would have been behind the idea that when I walked into the hospital saying that my appendix exploded, they looked me up
Oh.
and down. They're like, he's wearing his full gear. How the hell did his appendix explode? They
Right.
didn't believe me. But see how Mercury and Uranus were together. I mean, Mars
Yeah.
and Uranus together. Well, Mars
Yeah.
is about the bile of the human body,
Wow.
and Uranus. I have my papers down here too. Pretty sure I wrote down Uranus. Uranus. Okay. Don't know if I did. Don't know if I did.
Uranus. Uranus.
Okay, so No, I don't have
Fucking
that
shit that people
experience.
sell on the streets here in New York. Like they sell weed on the streets and they sell it like in little baggies. Like you show an astrology, I'm showing a weed baggie.
I'm dead. So check this out right here. So this is the Jupiter influence, right? In Aquarius, in the eighth house. Eighth
Yeah.
house is about changes. It's about death, transformation, rebirth, right? So having
Mm,
Jupiter there, conjoining Jupiter at the time that my appendix exploded, it was definitely a transformative experience.
wow.
Jupiter involves the liver and brings about shifts or challenges the nutritive balance of metabolism. It favors a
Hmm.
melancholic deficiency over a sanguine excess. So basically, the nutritive process was slowed down. If I go over here to where Ceres is at, because Ceres is about what nurtures us, right? The nutritive process.
Right.
Saturn was right there. Saturn was restricting
Mm.
the ability for the nutritive process to take place for good reason, I would imagine, because whenever Saturn does anything, it has to do with keeping you safe, basically.
Mm.
So I would imagine that there was something wrong with my appendix, and if my appendix wouldn't have exploded, I would have been in much more worse pain, or hurt, or something like that.
Yeah. Wow. So you were kind of lucky for the time that your appendix exploded.
Yeah. So I would imagine that my thing exploded, and then it kept me from some type of danger out there. Because I
Yeah.
think I had gotten attacked when I had gotten when I went on leave, which was not too long after that.
Yeah. What do you think about the new ordinance that's being passed to automatically draft men who are of the age to be drafted? It was like I think it's between 18 and 35. There's automatically draft men now, or 18 and 25. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're just gonna automatically draft men in now.
Mm, mm. I think people are gonna rebel.
Yeah, me too. I don't think that people are gonna be wanting to stick with that shit.
Yeah, there's gonna be a rebellion. Sure.
There's a lot of bullying happening in this country. A lot of moralistic shaming and bullying is the only, it's like the last fucking vestige of this matrix bullshit trying to hold on and keep its like little claws gripped in. You know, it's like trying to keep its hooks in, like, be afraid, be afraid.
Mm-hmm.
And people are tired of being afraid. They are fed up. They've had it up past their eyeballs with fear. They're over it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. They're completely done with it.
This is a microcosm for a lot of the stuff that's going on.
Well, like you said, they're tired of it, and eventually something's gonna happen.
So, yeah. Yeah. I know for me personally, when I was in a relationship where I was being constantly bombarded with fear energy and being constantly discouraged and intimidated and also being cheated on, you know, like I only had like so much time until I fucking exploded.
Yeah.
I lost my shit. I was like, fuck no, I'm done with this. I will fuck you up. I actually came at this guy with a metal ruler. I was gonna fucking cut him open. I was so mad. I was so done. I was like, you are not gonna do this shit anymore. I'm sick of your cycles of like fucking redding out and screaming at me and like being a dick. I'm over it.
Yeah.
We just like went through these little trauma cycles all the time.
No. Yeah. I mean, there comes a time when you do have to like put your foot
Let me
down.
see if I can switch to my network. I want to go out back. It's gonna be really loud because there's a bunch of there's a bunch of fans, like rooftop fans. Hold on, let me see what I can do. I can switch to. I only have so much battery left too, so I'm in a situation. I'm in a situation.
Situation. Yeah, I can finally bring these blueberries up to the top. God damn. I think it's because
Okay.
I put them on.
Ooh, it's warm out here too.
Oh, I bet.
It's warm. Ooh, fans.
Windy too.
Here, I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you a view of the Empire State Building. Not very many people get to see because it's like right behind out back. It's like the out back view of the Empire State Building. Check this out.
Oh wow, that's crazy. that is
Yeah,
insane.
the industrial rooftop view of Empire State Building. Yeah.
Let's see.
So
Show it
got
again.
fire escapes here. Hold on a sec.
Try and zoom in too.
I'm going to climb up a fire escape here. Oh, there's my tea. I left my tea out here. Oops. I forgot my tea. Still good. I don't know. It's probably got New York pollution in it now. New York pollution tea. Okay, here. Hold on a sec. Put that down. So, just climbing up some. I'm just on a fire escape now.
That's cool. I've never been on one before, so you're taking me on a whole new journey.
Yeah,
Mm,
this is exciting.
it
Woo!
is. Oh wow,
I just climbed up this fire escape here.
dude, that's like stuff that you see in the Spider-Man movies.
Yeah. I forget the name of that building, but that's another famous building, like right there. The top, you can see the top of it.
Mm.
It is
That's cool.
warm out here. It is warm.
Mm. Eating your apple?
Oh yeah.
I guess we're both enjoying fruits right now.
I thought I would like do some performance art here in New York, smoking weed out of an apple, and make my
Mm.
apple pipe. I can dress up like Snow White and have an apple and smoke weed out of it. I call myself Stoned White.
Strong way. Oh, that's hilarious. Mm. You know what's pretty crazy?
What?
How I don't smoke no more.
I need to invest in some good headphones so I don't have to have my phone against my ear and I can have like a good talking, good microphone, good hearing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I'm starting to do this, this life coaching, and people want to talk for about 30 minutes to an hour at a time. So it's like I got to really have my phone cooking against my ear or have speaker. But if I have speaker, then it's not confidential and people can hear my client talking about something they're going through. So I don't want that.
Mm. Yeah, the Beats headphones, they work pretty well for that.
It's so New York.
Yeah, it's crazy that I just stopped smoking like that. I remember when I tried to quit cigarettes, that was like the hardest thing I ever did.
At this point, the weed's keeping me awake.
Mm.
That's just messed up. It's just like when I get high, like I feel more alert, and then when I come down, I'm like, I want to go to sleep. It must be some pretty hybrid stuff or whatever. It must have like some pretty good sativa going on with it.
Yeah, I used to like the sativas. But I used to mostly get indicas because, well, my ex.
Help you go to sleep.
Well, it helped her to go to sleep. It helped me to calm
But then,
down.
like, then you don't remember your dreams. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like
Well,
the
when
only
anybody,
dreams that I,
well, when
I
anybody
remember are the
dreams,
ones I'm supposed to remember. Like a lot of my dreams are like secret and I'm not supposed to talk about it, so I don't remember it. But some of the ones I do remember, I'm like, oh, that was a message. That was a message from spirit, and I was supposed to
Mhm.
contemplate that in my waking times. You know, like, oh, yeah, definitely. I love dream interpretation. I think it's a wonderful thing.
Mm-hmm. And it's
Gestalt,
pretty.
Gestalt therapy, Gestalt psychology, and shamanic dream interpretation. They're
Mm-hmm.
all the same thing.
Um.
Gestalt therapy is just a nicer way of talking about dream interpretation. But
Yep.
there's other stuff in Gestalt too. So yeah.
I've done a couple
Ah,
videos here and there where like I wake up and like I organize my thoughts, and then from there.
yeah.
Ooh.
Do.
Sorry, I'm captivated by the fire escape.
Yeah. It's an interesting little view. Escaping a fire.
It'll be a pain in the ass from the looks of it.
We got this is the shower. This is our camp shower out back. Ah,
So yeah, it's
yeah.
like I'll wake up and I'll get my phone and I'll record. Sometimes I'll sit there for like 5-10 minutes just kind of organizing things, and then
Mm-hmm.
I'll get the phone and I'll turn it back. I'll turn it on. Sometimes I'll have TikTok ready, and I just pass
Yeah,
messages.
I should try uploading my video to TikTok that I did about the throat chakra. It'd be interesting to see what kind of results I get from the audience for that.
Yep.
I didn't perfectly translate the Gayatri mantra, but I shared it anyway. I shared what I do know of the mantra from my memory, and I don't know, it was okay. There's many translations of the Gayatri mantra. I gave people the main, gist of it. Om Bhur Bhuva Svaha Tatsavitur Varinyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. So like Om Bhur Bhuva Svaha. It's like at least break down that part. The Om is the sound of everything and nothing.
It is.
It's the sound of everything and nothing. Just Omkara. Or the pranav. Pranav is the other name for Om. So it's like the sound of prana, universal pranav. Um, and then Bur is for earth. It represents the corporeal realm. Everything that is physical is Bur. And then Bhuva is the air that's around us. And Svaha is the rest of it, like the aether. It's the space, they say the firmament.
Mm-hmm.
So out to the farthest reaches of the finest of fine.
Oh yeah, I know
And
about the firmament for sure. Mm-hmm.
yeah. And Svaha is also like it's like the spirit of the air. It's also like offering up the Svaha. And Tat is that. Savitur is the spiritual sun. I know this is not the sun, but this is my little the light behind me. So I'm like holding the light behind me, like this is the spiritual sun. But this is actually a light behind me. But Savitur is like the illuminator of the spirit. It's not just the sun. It's Savitur. Varinya is like effulgent or brilliant.
Mm. Interesting.
Yeah. And Bargo is like uh see like I think it's so that's one I forget. That's the one I'm like Bargo. It's like I'm thinking that it's like the sustainer and the vehicle and the thing that is actually like transporting us.
Mm.
Yeah. And
That's interesting.
Devasya Dimahi Diyoyo na Prachodaya. That's like, oh, that's a whole bunch. But essentially, all that is saying, grant us increase in our meditation.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yep, this is where I'm at right here.
Like, guide us. Guide. Bargo is like guide also. Very nice.
Yep,
Motel 6.
yep. I got a freeway right next to me.
Motel 6.
Yep, if you go over here, there's IHOP. Right over here on this side would be the Starbucks. And then you have Home Depot right over here. And I don't know what exactly is over there. Can't tell from this distance. But yeah, um, then you got the freeway entrance there and the freeway exit. You got another motel over there. It's the Best Western and a Comfort
Mhm.
Inn Suites. Yeah, so it turns out I'm here for another 7 days while they figure out where they're gonna house me.
Wow.
Yeah, and usually like here in this area, there's a truck. It's I think it's called True Line, and it has a 777 on it.
Wow.
Yep.
Hmm.
And then for me, well, it's freaking hot out here. But like I wanted to lay down for a second,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm too full. I ate a whole bowl of chicken dumplings and that cheddar broccoli rice, and then I ate that whole cup, whole
Mm.
Trenza cup of fruit. So right now, it's like I want to lay down because like I'm feeling it. Like I'm just like, uh, your thingy cut out. Can I hear you? Oh, oh,
Oh, oh, I'm sorry. La 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 la.
I just feel so good right here.
Okay,
Okay.
so,
So.
oh, it's echoing. My phone has got how much battery? 7% left on it
Oh
now.
my god.
I
You need
know.
to charge your phone.
I better charge my phone because at 7 o'clock I've got to meet with my new friend, Angie. She's a beautiful
Oh.
South American yogini, and
Oh.
she's delightful and lovely,
Well,
and
how about them?
she's she's dreamy. I have like two really cool girlfriends with names that begin with A now.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
There's a pattern in that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy how
And
like
they
the universe has been giving me a pattern too.
oh
And I
yeah.
noticed it. And that's actually it actually ties into my buddy too. Cuz last night we were talking about uh well, she was talking about spot gold, and I was talking about how because she was saying something about how choice is more important than hard work. And I was like, yeah, but I was like, you can have good choices, but without the hard work behind it, like, what is it going to produce? You know? And she was like agreeing with it, but then she was like really on the whole spot gold thing. And today she's on the winery thing. So I don't know. I was gonna block her ass last night because she was like, "Oh, what did she say? What did she say? She said something about how trusting your intuition is like something." I was like, mm. She would have trusted her intuition back then. She wouldn't have left. She wouldn't have lost $600,000. You know.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
so
yeah. Too little,
it's
too
funny.
late.
Yeah. So in a way, it's like okay. It was funny because she was like, "Oh, you're not even listening to me, huh?" Because I was responding to basically everything that she was saying, plus saying whatever it was that I was saying. Right.
Mhm.
So when she was like, "Oh, it doesn't even seem like you're listening," I'm like, because she's like, what did she say? She's like, "I don't just tell this stuff to anybody." And I was like, "Look, I was like, if I wasn't listening, I wouldn't even give you the time of day."
Right.
And I was like, when to a Capricorn, time and money are irreplaceable things.
Mhm.
So if I'm giving you time or money, do know that I'm giving you the attention.
Mhm.
And she didn't even like she didn't even read it at that moment, right? So like I'm guessing that she just like went off of the WhatsApp app.
Mhm.
Like after she said what she said, she was just like, all right, close it, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, and I had sent the message like maybe 3 seconds later. So then
Mm.
I was like, man, block. And then I started talking to my buddy Nico. He's like, yeah, he's like, that's crazy, man. From what you showed me, he's like, I don't know. She seems like she's in like ones and zeros mode. He's
Mhm.
like, maybe you should unblock her because like maybe she'll come around and she'll seem like human again next time. No,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, it's amazing how like if you actually fucking have children between you and another person, you might try to just give them another chance.
well, no, this person is a new person. It's just like a random text out of the
Oh,
also
oh,
part of that whole system that the universe has me in right now. At
right.
first, it was like this. It's like, are you gonna fall in love with a with an Asian girl that has money, but she has an attitude, like she's very pretentious? And I'm like,
Yeah.
nope. Then it brings this one right here with also another text, and also another like just random text, right?
Mhm.
Like, oh, are you this person or whatever? I'm like, no, but my name is David. Nice to meet you. Who are you? And like, what do you do? Like, basically getting the
Yeah.
conversation started like that.
Yeah.
And then so this one, she's a lot more elegant, right? She likes food, she likes wine, she likes travel. Basically,
Yeah.
all the things that I like too.
Yeah.
So in that, like, she shares like various different little videos, like, oh, this is what I'm eating for lunch, or this is what I'm eating for dinner, right? So she's interactive. But after last night, I was like, man, like, cause she's so like when she gets on a certain point, I'm pretty sure she probably has Capricorn in her fucking third house. Like she just hammers that shit in.
I'm sorry, but I've got to go. And it's like, it's not the conversation, it's the time. It's the time because I only have an hour before I actually have no, I have 25 minutes before I have to get rolling.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
so
actually
I
gonna
need
lay down here for a second myself,
I need
and
to take a little nappy and charge my devices.
Charge your
Get
device and
ready
your
to.
phone.
Yeah, I gotta. I'm having a little performance anxiety at the same time as I'm exhausted right now, and I'm gonna have to get up
Mm.
and dance for 30 minutes. So
Mm.
I gotta go.
Oh yeah, no, I get you. I'm over here like watching you lay down. I'm like, we're
I'm
gonna wait.
so
Hey, we're
lucky.
both gonna wake up with dead batteries.
We gotta keep trying. Just do it. Go.
Mhm.
All
Mhm.
right. I'll talk to you
Uh,
later.
this was
Bye.
definitely fun. Ah.
Yay. Okay.
Have a
Talk
good
to
nappy
you.
nappy nap.
Thank you. You too. Haha.
Oh, I will. All right. Well, you guys, that was pretty fun. Um, for those of you guys who are interested in the readings, I am going to take me a little nappy nap right now, and then I'll get started on those right away. And just for a bonus, I'll start from the 18th, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, which is the 18th. Now go from the 18th to the 24th for that. So you guys take care, and I'll see you guys here in a little bit. All right.